Alright, I thought I would do another show and tell episode. I've got a lot of lucks that I've sort of acquired since I did the last tour of my lucks that honestly probably might never get a video, or they will, but it won't be for quite a while. And some of these things are really just more collector's pieces, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to go through a few and show them off. So let's do so in a semi-sequential method. So I got this nice Mindy luck here. It's like a pagoda style push luck, and it's pretty cool. Key goes through the front, so screw down the bottom. This plate can come off, I think. Yeah, they're theoretically not very hard, and yet at the same time I have not managed to really get anywhere with this style of luck. I don't know if there's just some technique that eludes me, but I don't know. They're cool looking though, so I haven't picked that. I don't know when I'll pick that. Sometime when I work out what I'm doing. Here's another one. We've got a carver here. That. I'm not picking that. No time soon. So this is a carver quattro, which you can probably see some of the pins down there. They basically come from every which direction. Not all of these are an actual pin. Some of them are dummy ones to make it harder to read the key, but there's a lot of pins in there from a lot of directions, and basically. But cool luck. This one I'll probably be getting to sometime soon. This is a Miwa EC. Anyway, it's got a whole bunch of magnets on one side, a whole bunch of magnets on the other side, some dimples on the top. It's keyway. So those are cool. Yes, it's probably one of the ones I'll be, an EC, be getting to soon. What else have we got? We got this. This is a cool one. Not just any regular bilock. It is a bilock cam, but with the interactive 13th pin. But if you look at the bitting on that, you may notice that the cuts are offset. This is the government restricted type of bilock. These are very hard to come by, and they have not just the one false gate in each pin, but all of them have two false gates, and there's never any mastering in these kind by design. So these are used by various Australian government services, and you can recognise them easily because the pins are offset from each other, which is quite unusual. So that's that one, nice collector's piece. I don't think anyone's ever picked one of these on video, so I probably won't be the first, but they're reasonably rare. Also got, while we're on bilocks, this nice older Bilock Australia padlock with working key. See, that's just a normal key. Pins are inline, so hang on, if we just... So that makes that obvious. You can see how one's offset, one they're inline. Good. If not, oh well. Put that away. What's that? That over there. So there's those. I've got this Pollux. I've shown this off before, but I'm planning on trying to give this another go, picking it soon. So it's a 7-pin Pollux 7000. French, very cool. Love their key. I really love the French locks. All interactive snappy bit on the key, pretty cool. Pollux 7000. Hopefully I'll be getting to that on the channel soon. Speaking of French things, make a bit of space. We've got this Fisheye levers. This is a 787. Key goes in like that, pushes, turns. But what actually makes this really, really cool, like, there are plenty of videos of cutaways. If you haven't seen what a 787 looks like inside, I highly recommend you look up some videos. The Loch's Nest has some really beautiful ones. There's some really amazing, but look at those in there. See all those gears? And you have to be a bit careful because there's a cover off it. Anyway, as the key goes in, you can see they all line up like that. So pull the key out, you see the scramble. Very, very cool. And when they're all lined up, they line up with this thing. And then the lock can turn. Very, very cool. Let's just put that back on. All right. Oh, we must have not put it on right. There we go. Beautiful. Fisheye. Fisheye make amazing locks. All right, I've got an exterior of that as well, but it looks the same. It's just a bit longer. All right, we've got another carver I've had for ages. Panda Frog sent this to me. This is carver 8. So it's just got 2 opposing rings. Pulled this out so that I could have it on my bench as a reminder to actually try and get to it soon. Oh, they just operate so beautifully smoothly. So that'll no doubt be a nightmare to learn. Carver are notoriously quite annoying to pick, but I'll give that a go. Let's see. Got this new, here's another cheap lock like the Mindy that should be quite easy, yet has been giving me a huge amount of trouble. So it just goes in, turns. It's got, if you can see them down there, it's sort of multi-stepped. The trouble I'm finding is you push on one side, and the wafers don't go down evenly. You end up like skewing them, but you also can't tension it from the middle where you can easily get it both sides because you can see there's those 2 dimples in the middle there. Hopefully pushing out. Those are for key retention, but if you try and tension it from the middle, they can't extend and you'll never pick it. So anyway, I've tried on and off. I have actually picked this twice. I've never been able to really feel it reliably enough to get it on video. It usually ends up being half an hour of picking and maybe a lucky open. So I don't know. That was an AliExpress buy. That's pretty good. See, we've got this lever cutaway here. This is just a cut down key I made for tensioning. Pushes on the bolt. This is a Russ 100. So quite a few levers there. You can see they've got those serrations. I did show off a few of the Russ locks on the LPU channel. I didn't have this one yet. So I'll put a link in the description to that video. For some of the other Russ safe locks, I pulled them all apart. That is on the LPU channel. So there's that Russ cutaway. That's pretty cool. I've managed to pick this from the open position, also from the open position to the locked position, because you only need to do three of the levers then. But I have not picked it open because those false gates are brutal, and I'm only using meat hooks at the moment. Got some new lever tools on the way, so maybe I'll be able to get into it when I've got those. Getting through, we've got 2 Corbin hearts here. So Corbin cabinet lock, this one says CCL. It's very rare for them to say that. Comes with 2 keys. heart. These are really cool locks. So there's the keyway on that one. You can see the bitting. These are like Medico, and they've got directional cuts in them. So they need to be rotated and lifted to the right height. So I've actually got 2 of these now. I've got this one, which will be ideally for doing a proper pick on. And I just got today this beautiful cutaway version. So M-Heart in a kick cylinder, Corbin Russwin. And you see the pins are like this. So it's the top pin, the bottom pin, and they interlock. So maybe you can see that there. That's when they're turned, all set at the right height. They lock together with the pin. So when we pull it out, you can see they're all scrambled across that shear line. And then as they lift up and are rotated to the right cuts, then they'll be allowed to rotate out. Very, very cool locks. So that's cutaway version. So I might do a video trying to pick the cutaway one sometime soon. That could be a good video. And then I've got this Everest Primus sent to me by Rune Picker, but he only sent it with an Everest key, not a Primus key. So while this lifts all the top pins to shear, it does not interact with the sidebar in any way, so this key does not operate. It does make gutting it a little bit easier. However, Rune sent this to me without mentioning that this was a gutting key. Just that it was just shown in the picture as having a key. So pretty unhappy about that. Yes, did not apologize for it either. I asked him about it and he was like, oh yeah, that's just what I had. I'm like, well, when you're trading people in expensive locks and someone's receiving something, you want to be pretty clear what it's coming with. And if it's not coming with a working key, that obviously affects its value pretty significantly. So pretty unhappy about that, but Primus is a cool lock. This one mostly eludes my picking attempts. There's just one of the side pins or the finger pins I really have trouble with. It's the center rotation one. If I leave that one out, I pick it with easily, very easily. As soon as I put that one back in, nothing. So anyway, that's moved off into the naughty box for a while. What else? I've got another Medico here sent to me by a very mean man who knows I don't really like Medicos very much, so he sent me another one. So now I feel obligated to pick that. So thanks, Mugatu. Get to that at some point. Rubber Band just sent me these two mini or micro digs trays. These are some manufacturing defects, so you can see, obviously this one got a bit messed up, so they're just sort of given away to anyone who wanted them, and definitely I want them because they're still really cool. So you can see that one's got a bit of defect cut in there. Otherwise, these are really nice. They'll go nice with my mini and full-size digs trays. Also, you can really tell the difference. See, in the shininess, these are brand new and shiny. These have both been used a while. You can see they're a bit duller. So happy to have those. Very happy to have those. There you go. They make a nice set together. Slide that out of the way. I've got a big box of old keys I got from work recently. So we've got some lever keys. We've got some old Lockwood lever locks, cabinet keys. We've got a whole bunch of Lockwood V7 keys cut in here. Some old, what are these? Old Lockwood Australia. That's a nice bitting, isn't it? More V7 keys. V7 keys. Some old Lockwood Australia. These are some restricted JA keys. Some more Lockwood cabinet keys. There's a whole bunch of just normal restricted. So what's this? This is a PI. This is an AE key. REF key. Some BC keys. This cool thing. How's that for a key? So those have been handy. That's helped me pick key up a few old locks that I had with restricted cylinders. So you just pull them apart, repin the key pins, and then you've got a restricted key that'll work. So that's nice. Finally, I've got this Manifold Mark III safe dial lock here, which is pretty cool. Obviously, it's not mounted properly yet. So these are Group 1 safe locks. So the step up from Group 2 locks is considerably harder. Most of the Group 1 locks have never been manipulated by anyone. These ones have, well, actually the Mark IV has, which is basically the same thing, but a tiny bit more difficult. Let's see if I can take the cover off. So you can see, if you know anything about safe locks generally, these are a bit more complicated. The cams come out. Come on, down you go. There we go. That's how it would operate. So it's got these rollers here, which are on pretty heavy springs. So that really helps dull the feedback as you're going across. And then you've got the fence over here. They're just very, very cool locks. Well beyond my, well beyond my sort of experience level. But yeah, happy to own one of those for the collection too. I've popped it out again. I really need to get this mounted up properly. It'll make it much more secure. So I'll put that back together again in some minutes. So I think that's everything I've got to show off. Here's one more thing. One last thing. I've got this Avis Rock cylinder here, which are quite a nice. It's an 83 CS55. Really nice padlock. But look at that. I don't have a key for it. Look at that keyway. That's nasty. So until I pick this open, which I have tried and failed a number of times, I will not be able to replace that core with something a bit more friendly. So this sits in my collection as a paperweight until then. That'll have to do. That's most of the stuff I've got out that's sort of newer and a bit interesting. So hopefully you enjoyed that tour of some locks that probably won't get a full video otherwise, most of them, but some of them are maybe a sneak peek there. There we go. Thanks for watching.